from Rome to Greece, and before that to Egypt, Persia, Assyria, Babylonia, Sumer. The earliest records of civilization tell of the era when powerful beings known to the Hebrews as watchers, and in the book of Genesis as the B'nai Ha-Elohim, the sons of God, mingled themselves with humans, giving birth to part celestial, part terrestrial hybrids known as Nephilim.
So my perspective of the antediluvian world, the world before the flood, is a little bit different than a lot of other people's perspective. I don't imagine this world in which you just have mankind becoming very wicked and degenerate and committing all kinds of offenses against God, and then God just is angry with mankind because of his sin and sends a flood. The story is much more intricate than that, and quite frankly, much more interesting. What we have is a scenario in which the watchers were the living gods walking among men, and their hybrid offsprings happened to be giants. And these giants were oppressing mankind. And as I said, because they were human hybrid offspring, because they were human watcher hybrids, they had legal authority through the birthright of Adam. They had legal authority to govern the earth. And because they were giants, it was not difficult for them to overthrow every human potentate. It was the perfect plan, if you think about it, from the Watchers. How do we ensure that our human hybrid offspring can take dominion of the earth? Well, that wouldn't be very difficult if they were all giants. A league of giants who would have been looked at as demigods and worshipped. And the Watchers would have been worshipped as gods walking among men. And this was the scenario unfolding in the earth before the flood. And so you had the gods who were manifest, you had their hybrid offspring who were giants. They took dominion of the earth, and the gods, according to Greek mythology and to the mythologies of many ancient civilizations, the Greeks say that the gods apportioned among themselves the earth. They apportioned the earth among themselves. They divided it up, and they each became the rulers of their own kingdoms. And of course, I believe that the Greek mythology regarding the gods is a reference to the history regarding the Watchers, the true history of the Watchers and their hybrid sons. And so the Watchers set up a global empire. And each of them had their own kingdom, and their kingdoms were governed by their sons. Again, who were human enough to legally govern the earth. They usurped the dominion of mankind. And mankind was oppressed. They were living under the worst dystopia you can imagine. The giants, and according to the book of Enoch, men were required to feed the giants, to sustain them. And so, I don't know how many giants there were, but they were forcing the human inhabitants of the earth to feed them, to sustain them.